It is now time for a question period. The Leader of Her Majesty's Loyal Opposition.
Thank you, Speaker. My question to the Premier about the ongoing job losses in the province of Ontario. I think, Premier, you'd agree with me that Ontario is at a crucial inflection point. We can continue down the same path we're on of job losses, high youth unemployment, a province where 1 million men and women woke up this morning who want to work who have no job to go to. Or we can choose a new path for a better Ontario. We've laid out our plan to do exactly that. We woke up this morning to another series of job losses. Here's Canada, almost 800 jobs, the large majority here in the province of Ontario. They'll be closing down their parts processing plant in Belleville by way of example. Premier, I agree to clear the decks to see your jobs plan. It seems like every day, every week, more and more job losses, particularly in manufacturing. Will we actually see a plan before Christmas, or is this the best you can do? Hold on a second here. The Premier calls 300,000 manufacturing jobs lost a transition. Yep. She calls a loss of almost 40,000 manufacturing jobs under her leadership alone a transition. Yep. I call it a hollowing out. I call it a decline in the province of Ontario. I call it an economic disaster. And for you to stand here and say, oh, it's just a transition, oh, it's just the forces of globalization. The problem is, Premier, these plants are leaving your province of Ontario and setting up shop in the States, in Quebec. John Deere, which had built farm equipment in the Niagara Peninsula for decades, picked up stock. That is still being built, but it's in the state of Wisconsin. Heinz had made ketchup for 100 years in Leamington, in the province of Ontario. Will still buy Heinz ketchup is going to be made in the state of Ohio. Don't give me this garbage about a transition. This is a serious issue. It needs a serious plan. If you don't have one, step aside. We've got a plan. We've lost 300,000 manufacturing jobs. That's a net loss. That is a hollowing out of our manufacturing sector. That's a weakening of the middle class of Ontario. And I can't understand, I cannot fathom this Pollyanna attitude that you have.
Training colleges and universities come to order.
Job losses were a myth. Now she shrugs off and says, well, Speaker, it's just a transition. You tell that to the families in Leamington, Ontario, who got no job to go to come next year. You tell it, folks at John Deere. It's a sad state of affairs, Premier, when Ontario's leading export today is manufacturing jobs going across the border to the U.S. Exactly. We cleared the path. We said, put your plan on the table. You've got no plan. You're driving up hydro rates. You're putting in new red tape every day. You're increasing taxes. Your plan is not working. It's time to actually clear the decks of this government and bring in a new plan to restore hope, to restore optimism, to restore our middle class. You got no plan, here I am.